Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and as you can see by today's playmat, we are going to be doing a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. Now, as you guys know, I believe that there's three main versions of Blue Eyes White Dragon. You have ritual versions, standard versions, and you also have fusion versions of Blue Eyes White Dragon decks that you can make. And as you can see by the playmat, we are doing a fusion version of Blue Eyes White Dragon today. AKA, I've always called this deck the Blue Eyes Shining Dragon deck because why not run Blue Eyes Shining Dragon? It's a fun deck. This is a strictly fun Blue Eyes White Dragon deck that has gotten some support over the last few months since I last profiled it for you guys. So hope you guys all enjoy this deck update. It's a really fun deck to play, guys, that can go for the different fusions. It's more of a fusion-focused Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. So yeah, guys, without further ado, let us get into this deck profile. Like I said, it can go for a lot of different things. It's very powerful in the fact that it can do multiple different fusions. But first off, we run our one Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. If you guys know anything, this card is very easy to get out in the deck. It's also searchable through Melody of the Awakened Dragon, as you guys should know. So it's easy to get set up for your Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Bring out the Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. Go neg by going, just doing it. But saying to your opponent at the same time, hey dude, I just dropped Blue Eyes Shining Dragon on you in 2021. Like, dude, that's awesome, right? But all jokes aside, you're going neg a lot to make this, but it's super easy to bring out too. So, yeah, one Blue Eyes Shining Dragon just for the memes and because it's awesome. Next, we run our three Blue Eyes White Dragon, the ultimate creature of destruction. Very few have faced this awesome creature and lived to tell the tale, except me, Seto Kaiba. So yes, guys, three Blue Eyes White Dragon. He's going to be very essential in this deck. He can help you still go for level 8 Exceed plays, go for Synchro plays, and also, really importantly, fusion plays in this deck. And alternative White Dragon, as well as the Blue Eyes Standard White Dragon, is even more important. It's a staple 3-of in this version of the deck because alternative White Dragon counts as Blue Eyes White Dragon on the field. So you can use it for polymerizations type of things and shenanigans like that. So because of that reason, he's more integral in this deck because he can help you go for level 8 Exceed plays and be used as a fusion material in some regards. So staple 3-of because he can put pressure, pop things on the board. Really good. Depending upon the fusion you're going for, you can clear a monster off the board and then do a whole bunch of damage, guys. Like it happens fairly often. And it's very easy to go for very big, powerful fusions right off the bat nowadays. So 3 Blue Eyes Alternative Dragons, staple in this version. The 1 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, this is staple in this version. It helps get around back row, back row heavy deck stuff. They have set, back row in general, field spells, etc. Staple 1 of it in any Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, I feel like. Next we run 3, the White Stone of Ancients. The White Stone of Ancients is a staple 3-of in this version of the deck, as well as the 1 White Stone of Legend. Thank you, Suji, all those years ago for giving me this super one you gave me. First Ed from Duelist Pack Kaiba. Thank you, man. I haven't forgotten. But thank you, Suji. But yeah, we run this. It's very essential. The White Stone of Legends even a little bit more because you can add the Blue Eyes White Dragon to your hand and get things going. This can help set up for a Blue Eyes White Dragon on board so you can go for fusion plays. It's just, they're very versatile eggs in this deck for doing certain things. And you would still use them as you would in a normal Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. But in this version of the deck, you're going to be abusing it just a little bit more. Next we run 3 Sage with the Eyes of Blue, guys. Sage with the Eyes of Blue is staple in this version of the deck. It's going to help you search out your White Stone of the Ancients, your White Stone of Legend, It's also going to help you search out your 1 of Effect Veil that we run in the deck still. So it's going to help you search out a majority of the things in your deck. So staple 3-of in this deck. We're not running Needle Fiber, so you're not going to be abusing on him in that aspect, but he's still very useful and important in the deck. Next we run the 1 Effect Veiler. It's searchable, it's good, negation. It's your 1 hand trap you run. If you want to run more hand traps, you can in this deck, but I will say you're very tight for space, so be careful. The main reason I run Effect Veiler is because he's searchable. Next, the 1 King of D. Now, you may be saying to yourself, Seto, why are you running the King of D? You'll understand a couple reasons in a bit, but we have sometimes spell cards that can get dead, so we can pitch it to search out, Melody of the Awakened Dragons. the Melody Reborn card, Rhapsody, Revival Dragon. So if you have a dead spell, you can search this out and Reborn stuff and then go crazy. But there's other reasons why as well, which we'll talk about here in a second. Next, we run 3 King of the Swamp. Now, throughout my years of playing this deck, I'm going to be honest with you, I've seen people run different substitutes for, you know, Blue Eyes cards or count as Blue Eyes White Dragon cards. And none of them come as close as to how versatile King of the Swamp can be in this deck, personally. If you run different substitutes, that's perfectly fine. I've seen people run Light Fusion Hex. I'm more of a King of a Swamp guy because A, it can help me search out polymerization from my deck if I need to, you know, which is integral. He could be a substitute Blue Eyes White Dragon in hand. Okay, that's important too. And he can help you go for other fusion monsters. What? Yes, you heard me right. He can help you, along with the King of the D, go for different fusions. So this guy can help you go for your Blue Eyes fusions. You know, your main ones right there, right? Your main Blue Eyes fusions. But he also can help you go for the King of Dragoon. Because when King of D is on the field, he's treated as Lord of Dragons. This card's really good even in 2021, guys. That's the reason why. So Lord of the King of D becomes a little bit more versatile in this version of the deck than he would in any other Blue Eyes White Dragon deck because we're focused on fusions. So we're sending a lot of things to grave. We can bring it back. We can go for crazy combos. That's why he's a good one of in this version of the deck, in my opinion. But yeah, King of the Swamp is really good because it can be substitutes for all these different things. Next up, we run 3 Melody of the Awakened Dragon. Staple 3 of, help search out your Blue Eyes White Dragon, your Blue Eyes Alternative, etc. So staple 3 of, in my opinion. Next, we run 3 Trade-In in the deck. Staple because of all the level 8s we run. We're not focused on level 8s, so we're not running Nebula Dragon. We're not running Chaos, you know, the Chaos Light and Dark Dragon. But this is still staple in this deck, in my opinion. Next, we run 1 Cards of Coincidence as well, which is good because you run the stones. If you're running more stones, you could run multiple of this card, but because we're not, I like it just as a 1 of in the deck. We also run 3 Return of the Dragon Lords and 1 Silver's Cry. We're going to be sending things a lot to the graveyard, so you're going to be digging for these cards and wanting to have them in your hand right away because you can be setting up Blue Eyes and Grave, Reborning it, and then go for fusion plays, Exceed plays, etc. In addition to these Reborn cards, we also run 1 Dragon Revival Rhapsody, like we talked about earlier. This is searchable through King of D, which is important to keep in mind, guys. So this is searchable, and if you have dead spells, you can pitch something with King of the D to search this card, and depending upon if it's mid-game or maybe early game even, and you've set up a graveyard a lot, hey, you can bring a lot of things back and go off with stuff. So I like it just as a 1-of in the deck. It's perfectly fine in this version of the deck. For our fusion stuff, we run 2 Polymerization. You do not need 3 at Bricks. We also run 1 Future Fusion. Now, I'm going to explain Future Fusion to you guys. At best, Future Fusion is going to help bring out a 5-headed dragon. Okay? Cool. Is it slow? Yes. Can it get popped? Yes. But, I'm going to be honest with you, you don't care about that. You want Future Fusion just to last for at least 2 turns because it becomes a massive, foolish burial with the potential to go for a big fusion. And how many Blue Eyes White Dragon cards would you like engraved? You know, your stones, your white, legends, maybe a Blue Eyes so you can reborn it back. I mean, list goes on and on here, right? So, and in clunky hands, it can be amazing card too. So, 1 Future Fusion. I do not like it at multiples. I understand if you cut it, but it's really, really nice because it can become a massive dump to dump things in the graveyard and maybe possibly even get a fusion out of it. So, in this deck, because we like getting things engraved so much, I like it as a 1-of. So, that's just me. And we also run the 2 polymerizations, which we can search out through King of the Swamp. In addition to that, we run a new card that just came out, which is Strength of Unity. Now, funny enough, you can actually easily make the Dragon Blue Eyes Dragon Knight, this monster that's in the artwork, I forget the name off the top of my head, but you could easily make him in this deck if you wanted to make the space. However, this card's a good 1-of in the deck. I've seen people run it as a multiple in fusion variations. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm still testing it out. I like it as a 1-of. Yes, you have to hard draw it, but it's decent. And I say that, you know, with a big D, decent. I like it as a 1-of though, and it's been putting in work for me. So because of the fact that you can just bring things back from the grave too, which is nice. So in certain situations, that is very important. So I like it just as a 1-of. If you draw it early game before you do go off with fusions, it's amazing. If you draw it late, mid game, it still is useful. So that's why I like it in the deck, just as a 1-of. 1 Dragon Shrine as well as 1 1-for-1. 1-for-1 can help set things up on the field for certain plays, which is nice. And Dragon Shrine is just really nice in this deck because if you brick, you can set things up in the graveyard and go off. We also won 1 Monster Reborn. We are combo oriented. We can bring things back from the grave and do stuff, so why not run 1 Monster Reborn in this deck? So those are all your 1-of spells. Lastly, I won 1 the Ultimate Creature of Destruction. It's a very good 1-of in this deck. I like it. It helps against certain decks. And in this deck, where you're going to be dumping a lot of things to grave and bringing them back, it can be even just a little bit more versatile than normal. So that's why I like this card as a 1-of in the deck. It's still very good, even in today's game. So that's all for your main deck. It's pretty straightforward. It's Blue Eyes Fusion. You know, it's a Blue Eyes deck, guys, with just fusion elements and having a heavier focus on fusion than you would on a normal standard Blue Eyes White deck or a ritual version. But let's get into the extra deck. Our Seto Kaiba Field Center, our Seto Kaiba token, our Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon token, which is really nice. Thank you to my friend, I think, who gave that to me, I believe. For our Synchros, we run 1 Blue Eyes Spirit, 1 Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, and 1 Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. I just like these as 1-ofs. You can play around with the ratio depending upon what you want to run. 1 Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon, 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, which is a staple 1-of in this deck, 1 Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon, which is really easy to make in this deck and very powerful, 1 Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, which is still good in my opinion, 1 5-headed God Dragon, aka 5-headed Dragon, which you can easily make with Future Fusion, the 1 King of D, which King Dragoon, which you can easily make. We talked about how powerful this card can be, even nowadays. For your Exceeds, we run number 38, Hope Harbinger Titanic Galaxy, and the Galaxy Eyes package of Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, Galaxy Eyes Full Armor, Galaxy Eyes Cypher Blade. I still like this. It's still nice. Links, we do run a couple of them. We won 1 Hieratic Seal of Heavenly Spheres, and 1 Predaplant Verte Anaconda as a 1-of in this deck. Some people do like running Cross Sheep, and you can run Cross Sheep if you want, but I prefer Verte Anaconda and Hieratic Seal just for versatility and usefulness. So that's just the main that's the extra deck in a nutshell, guys. The deck is pretty straightforward. Like I said, the fusions are really cool, that you can focus more heavily on fusions and go for stuff like that. And overall, the deck is like super fun to make, guys. Like, it's so fun to go for these big, bad, old fusion monsters, which is so freaking cool, even nowadays, to do. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Like I said, I love Blue Eyes White Dragon. I love Seto Kaiba. He is one of my favorite characters from the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. Hope you guys all enjoy this deck profile. And I will say, as I end this video off, guys, everybody builds their Blue Eyes White Dragon decks a little bit differently from everybody else. So please keep that in mind. Hopefully you took something away from this deck if you're trying to build the fusion variation of Blue Eyes White Dragon. But till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling to all of you. Remember to screw the rules on a daily basis, and good luck dueling, guys. Seto Kaiba, out.